We will be using 3 strands of the same DMC 371 that we were just using. Come up on the far right side of that pattern line underneath the leaves. Bring your needle and thread all the way through, and then insert about a centimeter away. Do not pull the thread all the way through to the back. Bring your needle up on the pattern line in between that loop of your working thread. Make sure when you pull the needle through, you're pulling it up above that loop and pulling it tight. Make another stitch the same length as your first stitch. Do not pull the thread all the way through. Bring the needle up in the same hole as the top of the previous stitch you just made, and pull the needle and thread above that loop, pulling it tight. Again, make the stitch the same length as your previous. Do not pull it all the way through. Bring the needle up in the same hole at the top of the previous stitch and then pull it tight. When you are working on a curved line, you want to bring your needle up on the inside of that curved line. This will help your stem stitches or your outline stitch lie nicely on the fabric. When you get to the point of this line, you will make a back stitch, inserting just ahead of where you want to go and making a back stitch towards where you just finished, and then bringing the needle up in between the threads. Careful not to get your thread all tangled up. And then pulling the thread tight. And you can continue in this way again, just as you did before, inserting about the same distance away, bringing your needle up at the top of the previous work stitch, pulling the thread tight. To finish the stem stitch, just place the needle at the very end and pull it all the way through. Weave in your ends on the back by tucking the needle under some of those threads that you just made. I like to go through about 4 or 5 of them just to make sure that my thread isn't going to come unraveled later on. And this really helps to hide the little tail so that you can't see it from the front.